Good morning, folks. Pookie87 here. And this is something different. This is high speed. Of course, it's a pinball game. And since it is a pinball game, this is a good time to let you know that this is another episode of the Underdog Files. So, what's been going on with me? I know I've been mentioning this, but for those who haven't or don't know what's been going on, well, point is there's gonna be some changes next year. Wanna know why? The real reason why I mention this is basically, the only reason why I mentioned this was, well, I'll let you know. What's been going on is I've been getting, I've been, you know, working with my emulator, and what happened was, with the emulator I was working on was my Kega, my Kega Fusion emulator. If you guys don't know, then I say check my video on check my video about what I use for my emulators. If you don't know, yeah, about the emulator. One of the main things that just happened was that. No, really. I know I can do better than that. Well, one of the things I told you was I've been working on my emulators, and one thing I've been really damn that sucks. What I've been working on was my Kega emulator, and I managed to get the Sega CD working. The Sega CD part of my emulator, I managed to get that working. So this will mean what this will mean that next season, starting in April, the home of the underrated games will be home to Sega CD games. They will be featured. They will be featured as well as my 8-bit and 16-bit reviews. They, they too will also be featured. Besides, I have a few choice games that I have to do Let's Plays on, and I'd really want to do this, and I've been waiting a long time to do this. So you're probably wondering, what am I using to play this game? I'm using FCEU X 2.02. So this is how I'm able to play the games that I couldn't normally play on JNES. I mean, there are others. I mean, there's also 3N 3N Nest. Made it tilt. But anyway, yeah. Now on my list, now on my list of possible Sega CD Let's Plays, one of them is going to be Lunar, the Silver Star. Wow. Anyway, one of them is going to be Lunar, the Silver Star. I can't talk. Yes, one of the games that I plan to do a Let's Play of is Lunar, the Silver Star. Well, to be perfectly blunt, I plan to do not just Lunar, the Silver Star, but its sequel, Eternal Blue, as well. So really, I mean, Lunar is one of those games that just need to be that just need to be shown if those those who are RPG aficionados those who are RPG aficionados and if you remember Lunar like I remember Lunar, then you know what I'm talking about. You saw that, right? I know you saw that. So anyway, I'll be right back with more because I plan to do something really crazy. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Our second feature for tonight is Pinbot. Because I hit you with the double. Y'all weren't expecting that, weren't you? Boy, those are some sparky tits, aren't they? Anyway, this is Pinbot, another pinball game. So I thought I'd do a double feature of pinball for you. So, what are my other plans for URG? Well, I know for one thing, I've been doing quite a bit. I'm a little bit rusty. Flicky! Flicky! Anyway. Anyway, my future plans for URG are simply put, one being the fact that let's see, other than request month, because I give to so very few people, and not many people who have heard of me. Don't even know my presence. Not even that of my own family. Extended relatives and whatnot. They don't know my presence, my online personality, but I think they might. Why, thank you. Hi there. So yeah, first off for January is before they were underrated. And in January I will be covering Sunsoft. Before Sunsoft ever even got overrated, which I don't think it really did get overrated. Sunsoft hasn't been... I always get my groove every time pinball is on, video or otherwise. But anyway, yeah, so I will be doing Sunsoft games. And I'm going to try to attempt playing a Fire Emblem game. Trust me, the last Fire Emblem game I've ever played. The last Fire Emblem game I ever played and beaten was on the Game Boy. I mean, not the Game Boy. GameCube. Path of Radiance. That was my first and only. Yeah. Path of Radiance. That was my one and only time I've ever beaten a Fire Emblem game. So what I'll probably do is Game Boy Advance. And maybe the DS version of Fire Emblem. But I know for a fact that I will be doing the Game Boy Advance games. March will be the March of the Super Robots. Haha, you think I was going to say Mega Man. No, it's going to be the March of the Super Robots. Which means Super Robot Tyson. I will be doing Super Robot Tyson games. Of course, no quarter would be actually complete without my plans for... Whoa. My plans for... My plans for April. And that's when I will feature a special called Games I've Grown Up With. So with that, I will have a whole bunch of games from most of my favorite games that I've grown up with. So with that, you know, I'm going to be covering quite a bit of games. So, games that I've grown up with, that's what I'm going to be doing. Other than that, I think that's going to cover the first section of next year, the first quarter. So anyway, I don't really have much more to say except just keep your eyes peeled on more games, because I always update on a moment's notice. So with that, This has been the Underdog Files, and I've been your host, Pookie Izzy7, and the Underdog has spoken, and I am out.